what's going on, everybody? Daniel Richardson here, and I'm the WCPW review guy. And watching this show is like being put in a headlock by Ed Strangler Lewis. That's a joke for your grandparents. And yeah, we're here with another edition of the unofficial WCPW Top 10. And we got some changes, I'm not gonna lie. Right off the bat, the women's division has doubled. And so yeah, decided instead of doing a top woman of the week, we'll bump it up to top 3. So top 3 women of WCPW. And of course our top 10 as normal. So let's just get into it. So guys, top 3 women. We're gonna start off with number 3. Last week she was the top woman of the WCPW. This week she's 3. It is the WCPW Women's Champion, Nixon Newell. And of course she was involved in that big tag match that involved the entire women's division. But she was on the losing end of that. So she has dropped 2 spots. So at number 2, making not only her debut on the list, anytime, but her debut in WCPW as well. I'm talking about Alex Windsor, number 2 this week. And our number 1 woman in WCPW this week is Bea Priestley. She's been there before. She's back. Yeah, and once again, her and Alex had a huge win in the women's division last week. And you gotta think, I mean, even though it looks like they're probably gonna push for Alex for a women's title, I gotta say, Bea probably deserves one too. I mean, they're just trading the victories at this point back and forth. So, I mean, it's not really knocking her out of contention. So yeah, there you go. There are the women of the WCPW. Let's get to the top 10, shall we? Now, this week we got some big changes, especially in the bottom part. Not so much in the top part, I'll be honest with you. Bottom part, though, a lot of changes. At number 10, making his debut on the top 10 list ever, especially this week, Drew Galloway. Drew Galloway, number 10. He had a big win over Moose this past week. And, yeah, bumped himself right up the list. I'm so happy to say this one. I'm so glad because he's lost for so long that he was so low on the fucking list. And this recent resurgence of wins has kind of busted him up there. At number 9, he hasn't been on the top 10 since the very beginning of this program. Like I want to say maybe the first 2 weeks he was on the top 10, and then he just dropped forever. And I honestly thought he'll never be back on here. Number 9, Martin Kirby. Martin Kirby is number 9. And of course, he's on a huge role. And of course, we can't mention that huge role without mentioning the big 5-way win he had this past week. And he hit the fucking Sable Bomb. I was so happy about that. So, at number 8, also back on this list, he's been off for a little bit. Number 8, Rampage, who also seems to be on a bit of a roll after coming back from neck problem from Big Damo. Came back, got a little revenge on Big Damo himself. Dropped the power out of himself. And guess what? Boom, number 8. So, at number 7, wasn't there this week, but he has dropped 2 spots. He was 5 last week. He's 7 this week. Lucha Archer. Or Lucas Archer. Sorry, I keep wanting to call him Lucha Archer. I know, they're 2 different guys. I know, I'm sorry about that. But anyways, yeah, so there you go. At number 6, also absent this week, he's up a spot from last week, though. Joe Coffey. So, Joe Coffey, the Iron Man. At number 5, this guy was 6 last week. He's also up a spot. Johnny Moss, who's been off for about a month now, but he came in. He's 2-0 right now. He just dominates. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to knock someone like that off the list. So, at number 5, for a second week in a row, El Ligero. El Ligero, and he ain't going nowhere off this list long. I promise you that. And of course, in the future, he's going to be getting the shot at the brand new title coming out, the WCPW Internet Champion. So he gets his hands on that. Forget about it. He's going to be on this list forever. At number 3, absent this week, although he did suffer a beatdown at a concert, for a second week in a row at number 3, Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry, local hero, and got shot at Kurt Angle. So stock's rising. At number 2, for a 3rd week in a row, we got Big Damo. Yeah. Even though he lost, he's dominant. Like his record is pretty good. Even though he's got this recent loss, it's still not a bad record. So yeah, number 2. And number 1 for a second week in a row, he is the WCPW World Champion, Joseph Connors. So there you have it. Unofficially, Joseph Connors, you are the number 1 guy in WCPW. And Bea Priestley is the number 1 girl in WCPW. So there you have it. There is your top 10 this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, that's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Share and subscribe to this video if you haven't already. Show this video that thumb and love. And follow me over on Twitter, WCPW Review Guy 1. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. And guys, until next time.